Yes, welcome to the teleteaching program by EduSat. In the last class we have discussed the Solitaire Reaper part 1. Today we will discuss the Solitaire Reaper part 2 of class X. Before going to that chapter, do you know about the William Wordsworth? And he belongs to England, and he was a poet who likes people very much, and his language is very simple for the common people. Here we have to discuss, in the last class we discussed 4 stanzas. Here the rest 4 stanza will be discussed along with some question answers. Okay. You see the stanza, it is 5 and 6. I want to recite, you please see. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old unhappy far off things and battles long ago. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old unhappy far off things and battles long ago. Next. Or is it some more humble lay, familiar matter of today, some natural sorrow, loss or pain that has been and may be again? Or is it some more humble lay, familiar matter of today, some natural sorrow, loss or pain that has been and may be again? Will next to stanza. Whatever the theme, the maiden sang, and as if her song would have no ending. I saw her singing at her work, and over the sickle bending. I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore long after it was heard no more. Whatever the theme, the maiden sang, as if her song would have no ending. I saw her singing at her work, and over the sickle bending. I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore long after it was heard no more. We will discuss the things one after another. Stanza 4. You see, a voice so thrilling never was heard, we have discussed. In springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the sea among the farthest Hebride. Okay. That you know, it was just recapitulation. You see, it was so thrilling, voice, her voice was so thrilling and cannot be compared with the voice of the cuckoo, and it also breaking the silence of the farthest or the far away Hebrides that we have discussed. It is for your recapitulation of the memory. The question we have also discussed, in which season does the cuckoo sing? It was in the spring. A dust bird is well known for his sweet voice, that is the spring, you know. A cuckoo sings in dash, that is the in the spring. So, you see what is the stanza 5 what we have discussed right now. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old unhappy far off things and battles long ago. You see what is that, the meaning is there. Plaintive here means the sad, plaintive. Okay. And also, will no one tell me, me means William Wordsworth is there. No one can tell what the solitary Highland lass was singing. Okay. The meaning was not clear to anyone else. perhaps the plaintive numbers flow. Plaintive numbers flow here means, number means the, here we can say the music. With the sound the poet gaze. It is the plaintive numbers. Plaintive numbers means the sad music she was singing. The sad music was coming from her mouth and it is flows over the valley. And what may be it there? It may be for old, unhappy, far off things and battles long ago. What may be the thing the poet guess? The song implies that it has happened for the long ago. The far off things means some incident happened in the very distant way, and that thing she is singing. Or the battle long ago means the battle which was fought a very long past. You may know perhaps England and Scotland, there are so many battles are there. The narrator guesses it. It may be the story of the battle and what she was singing. The plaintive number, it is going flow, it is going far of things there. It is unhappy, totally unhappy things there. And some questions of this also we have to know. What do you mean by plaintive numbers? It means the sad song. Plaintive number means the sad song is known as the plaintive numbers. Question number 2, the word maiden here means the unmarried girl. We have repeated that the unmarried girl is there, also that Highland lass is there, the solitary reaper is also there. The girl was singing in Dutch language, in Scottish language. So, it was very difficult for the passers-by to know the exact meaning of that language. Only they were thinking it may be a sad song and which has happened in the long past, or it may be related to the battle. Okay. 5 stanza is clear. Then we will go to 6. Or is it some more humbly familiar matter of today, some natural sorrow, loss or pain that has been and may be again. Very nice one, you see. The narrator wants to say what? Some, it may be some humble lay. Humble lay means it may be some ordinary song. What the Highland lass was singing, it may be a ordinary song. Or what type of ordinary song? It is a familiar matter of today or day to day familiar thing. The exact thing they could not find, so that they wants to say it is some more humble lay. It means the song what the lady was singing, that is very simple one, or the ordinary song or day to day life song which is related to our life or daily life. Or it may be some natural sorrow, loss or pain that has been and may be again. Okay, you see what is that? You see some natural sorrow, loss or pain that has been and may be again. It may be some natural sorrow. Natural sorrow means some natural death may be there, or natural pain may be there, that which is recurring from passage of time. With the past of time, some losses are there and some pain are there, some sorrow are there. Narrator wants to say it may be, the song may be what? The natural sorrow, okay, which comes spontaneously, or it may be the loss. You know, my dear students, loss is the part of life. We should not brood over it. Loss is the part of life. Everybody has loss or pain, according to Gautama Buddha, you know. So, the narrator also wants to say, William wants to say, it is maybe the song may related to any type of natural sorrow or the natural pain or natural death that has been and may be again. That has been and may be again means it is coming again and again. It is coming again and again. It is coming means again and again. We can say that what is that thing? That means what type of sorrow, what type of pain, what type of loss which is recurring, coming and going, coming and going. Okay, I want to say the stanza 6, that is, or it is some more humble lay, familiar matter of today, some natural sorrow, loss or pain that has been and may be again. Again William wants to say what the lady, what the Highland Lass was singing, that is the ordinary song, and that ordinary song belongs to the familiar matter of day to day life. The ordinary song is very much the day to day life, and it is, that is, some sorrow is there, some loss is there, some pain is there also, and that has been and may be again, that which is coming and going, okay, forever. That type of thing she may be singing. The exact meaning they could not find, or the narrator could not find, it is the only guess. You see, with the stanza 6 some questions are there. In which language is the Highland girl singing? Scottish dialect. Dialect are there which is not very clear to understand, so they could not able to understand. What is meant by some more humble lay? Here you say some more humble lay means some natural sorrow, loss or pain, we can say more humble lay. Poet says the girl's song may be relating to some dash sorrow, loss or pain, it is the natural. I want to repeat the question, you see. In which language is the Highland girl singing? It is very clear because she belongs to the Scotland, she belongs to the Scotland. Definitely the girl will sing, or the song of the girl is Scottish dialect. What is meant by some more humble lay? Some more humble lay means here is the some more humble lay, here means some natural loss or natural sorrow, natural pain is there. Again question number 3, the poet says the girl's song may be relating to some dash sorrow, loss or pain. It is a natural sorrow. Sorrow is there, the natural sorrow. In the stanza 5 and 6, what we discuss, you see, that is the Scottish who was singing very sweetly, and that song cannot be compared, and the exact meaning of the song the narrator could not able to know. Only she guessed it may be some sorrow, or it may be some natural loss, or the pain is there. Both the narrator and the Scottish girl belongs to that area, but the meaning of that sweet song or the exact note or the dialect not clear to the narrator or the passer-by who was mounting the hills. Yes, we discuss the stanza 6. Next we will discuss the stanza 7 and 8. Okay? We will see, we will go to stanza 7. Whatever the theme the maiden sang, as if her song could have no ending. I saw her singing at her work and over the sickle bending. I want to repeat this one. Whatever the theme the maiden sang, and as if her song would have no ending. I saw her singing at her work and over the sickle bending. Stanza 7, very nice, you see. Whatever the theme, whatever the meaning, okay, the narrator or the poet William Wordsworth could not able to find the exact thing. He wants to tell whatever the theme, okay, whatever the gist, the maiden, the unmarried girl, we can say the maiden, okay. The Highland lass, we can say, sang or was singing, as if her song could have no ending. That means, she was singing in such a way that it has no ending. That means, she is singing one after another, going on, no ending. I saw her singing at her work. At the very moment, what? She was also doing her work. I saw means William Wordsworth saw. Her means that maiden singing at her work. At her work means what she was doing. Yes, students, what she was doing? She was cutting and binding, reaping, and over the sickle bending. Sickle, you see, that is what is that, you see, a tool for cutting grass or paddy. She was holding the sickle in her hand and also bending and cutting and binding, not worried about her surrounding, what is going on. She is not aware of that surrounding, only she had concentrated at her work and at her song. Yes, I want to say the repeat the meaning. Whatever the theme the maiden sang, whatever gist the Highland girl was singing, it has no ending, it was going on. And I saw her singing at her work. William Wordsworth saw she was singing at her work. At her work means she was doing her work and also at the very moment she was singing. And over the sickle bending means bending and doing her work and singing beautifully. The melodious song or the thrilling song or melancholy song she was singing. Is it clear? Stanza 7 is clear to you. Some questions of stanza 7 you see. Whatever the theme the maiden sang, the maiden refers to, dash is there, very easily you can say. Maiden refers to who? The girl, the unmarried girl we can say, okay, the unmarried girl we can say, okay. Question number 2 you see, the poet felt as if her song could have no dash, easily, no dash, no ending, right. The poet felt as if her song could have no ending, continuously she was singing at her work. Question number 3, I saw her singing at her work and over the dash bending, over the dash bending, yes, just the picture was there. I saw her singing, narrator saw she was singing at her work. At her work means whenever she was doing her work and at the very moment she was singing, and also she was little bending over the sickle, okay, cutting instrument, okay, clear. Then question number 4 is there. What according to the poet had no ending? What was the no ending? The process was going on forever. The song of the solitary reaper. It was going on, continuously overflowing, and the narrator wants to say what according to the poet had no ending. Her song could have no ending. The song of the solitary reaper we can say has no ending at all, okay. Then we see the question number 5. What are the words used to mean song? You see so many things are there. One is your notes, we have used one is your notes, another used we have strain, another numbers, another is lay. You have to keep in mind please. What are the words used to mean by song? Means different words in this poem we used for song. There your notes, one is your notes, another is your strain, okay, and another is your numbers, plenty of numbers, you know plenty of numbers, another is lay, humble lay is there, melancholy strain, okay, notes is there. So, you see there are 4 words which you have used for song. It is clear to you? Then we will go to the next what we have to discuss in stanza 8. Very important, you see the pictures there, that the highland lass is there and also their mountain is there, climbing the mountain. Yes, I want to read is, I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was heard no more. I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was heard no more. I want to discuss all these things. I listened motionless. I here means who is I here? Yes, the poet William Wordsworth. Motionlessly means without moving. He stopped there and listened the music of the highland lass. And still means without noise, he stayed for a while and listened the song of the Scottish girl. And I mounted up the hills. Mounted up the hills means when he was climbing. He was climbing means William Wordsworth climbing of the hills. The music in my heart I bore. The music, whatever music was coming, that he bore. Bore here means carried in his heart. Long after it was heard no more. That means, for in the lifetime of William Wordsworth never heard such type of music. So, he has bore that music for the whole life. The music was so sweet, okay, that he had never heard such type of music in his entire life. Then we will discuss some questions. You see, at last the poet walked up the dash. Walked up the what? Easy, yes, walked up the hill, okay, or mountain we can say. At last the poet walked up the hills. Question number 2. I listened motionlessly and still. Here I refers to dash. Easily you can answer. I listened motionlessly and still. Here I refers to the poet. The name of the poet here you have to write William Wordsworth. Question number 3. The poet carried the music in his dash. Okay, the poet carried the music in his what? In his eyes? No, in his heart forever. Such type of music he had never heard in his life. What does the girl's song leave on the poet's mind? An everlasting impression. Is it clear? What does the poet carry with him in his heart? The music of the girl or the melodious song. Which tool is used for cutting corn or grass? That is generally we use, that is the sickle. With this we end this chapter, that is the solitary Reaper. I think you enjoyed this chapter very much, and thank you. Have a nice day.